Hello, this is the celery I've been growing in pots. This is the celery that I bought in as a plant and potted up, 4 in this 10-inch pot. It didn't say on the ticket what variety of celery it is, so I can't tell you that. But what I can tell you is I've already had one of these celery out of this pot, and I'm going to take another today. So we'll just ease up this wind protection and expose the base of the celery. So I'll just turn this pot round very slowly and you should be able to see there is only just the 3 in there now. This is the one that I harvested a week or 2 back. Or should I say, this isn't the one I harvested a week or 2 back. This is the space that it occupied a week or 2 back. Okay. So that's the celery. Okay. So I'm just going to use a kitchen knife and try and take one of these from this pot, and then I've got a real neat trick I need to show you. It's a great trick. So let's get this celery out of this pot. Just use the kitchen knife and we'll just try and slice through just below the root, where the root starts. That's it, I think we've done it. So we'll take it this way. So that's our celery. Okay, I'll just tidy these 2 back up in the pot and then we'll work with this celery. Take this chance to take a few broken stems off, broken leaves, tidy them up a bit, and just pop this back down. Okay, so those 2 celery will grow on quite nicely now. We've got a bit more room in that pot, a bit more room in the this is a homemade windbreak that I put on roof, but it gives them a bit of a support, and I'm hoping it helps in the blanching process as well. We'll just move this out of the camera shot and bring the other one back in. Okay, so I'm just going to take this off down the garden, keep the place a bit tidy, and then I'll clean this one up, and then I'll show you that trick I'm talking about. But we'll stop the video for a minute, we'll do all that, then we'll fire it on the back end of this video. This is the celery, it's been cleaned up. I think you'll agree it's a nice head of celery. But what you'll find with celery is that it can sometimes be quite stringy. Okay, and the strings run down the back of the celery stalk. Now if you get fresh celery, as you know, it's quite rigid, it's not bendy. If it's bendy, it's not fresh. You've seen this, I've only just lifted it. And this is one way of taking the strings out of the back of a piece of celery. Just take it and slightly crush it and break it at the top. Like so. Not all the way through. And gently tease it down. You see those strings, I don't know if you can. Gently tease it down, and there's the strings coming out of the back of that celery. Now you're not getting all of them, and you're not, but you are getting most of them. See those strings coming out? Those are the strings. That would have made that celery quite stringy. We've taken them out, or at least we've taken most of them out. We will pull out, but only out of fresh celery, because fresh celery's quite brittle, it's not soft, it's not bendy, and it will snap. So look, we just put our fingers and crush near the top end so we can break back. And once we've broke back, we can start to bring it down, and look at that. Those are the strings. That's what would have made this celery stringy to eat. So we can take those out before we cook the celery. So I hope this video has been a bit more informative than some of the ones I've done recently. Have a go with your celery, let me know if you can do this. I don't know what variety this celery is, and I'm not too sure all celery you'll be able to do this with, but I can do it with this celery and it's a lot better for it. Okay, so this is Homegrown Veg, signing off.